the cuffs aren't right. Hello, my name is Serena, and about a month ago on the History Bounding Facebook group, there was a post of a beautiful red linen dress that is made by a European company, and it's already sold out. Even if it wasn't sold out, I would have not been able to afford this dress, which I will put right here. It's a beautiful dress, Gaala.com. And I probably said that wrong because it's 2 A's, but it's a beautiful dress. It definitely speaks cottagecore to me, romantic, aesthetic. So it has a high collar, button bodice, swinging skirt, and bishop sleeves that allows you to dress it up or down. It is made out of 100% linen. I'm gonna try to recreate this dress as much as I can. I just went through my stash. I have a couple of yards left over of this red linen that I got from Joann's like 3 years ago. It's not that bluish red tint, it's more of a red, but I'm gonna use what I got. So to line it though, I'm going to use this leftover ticking. I think it's canvas. It might be a little thinner than regular canvas, but it's cotton, so it's still breathable. I do want to do the bishop sleeves on it, so let me pull these patterns out. I am going to try to modify this McCall's M8181. I used this pattern before for my Outlander inspired bodice. I have tested this pattern. I have made this bodice up, and I still have my pattern that I adjusted. Let me put this bodice on, and I'm going to just kind of explain what I'm going to change. And it requires me to do another mock-up, which this may not be a quick and easy, but I don't know. Okay. Alright, so here is my Outlander inspired bodice that I made, and I like how it fits, especially when I put it underneath chunkier items. However, since the dress I'm trying to recreate is not a layered look, it is also high neck, I have some adjusting to do. I also have a lot of space right here that I need to adjust, especially if I want to get that higher neckline. So it has a neckline and a V and then buttons. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this seam that runs up from right here up to here. I'm going to redraw the seam and curve it to underneath, like right at my armpit. So this area right here in my shoulder will be one piece of fabric, and then I'm going to try to draw. I honestly don't know how it's going to happen because I did have to take in a lot of this, but maybe placing the seam right here will make it better. I don't know. So I'm going to try to make the V go like that. Somehow, I don't know. I'm really new to pattern drawing, but I'm going to try to do that. I am also going to take up the waist just a little bit because this bodice hits just below my natural waistline, and for a dress I usually like them to hit right here. So I'm going to take this up probably about 1 inch, and then I'm just going to cut it straight like that. So from here down will just be a rectangle skirt gathered. That's pretty simple and easy. I am going to, instead of hooks and eyes, I'm going to do covered buttons right here. Of course, I'm going to add the bishop sleeve, which is option B on this pattern, except I'm not going to do the really thick cuffs. I'm just going to do tiny cuffs. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pattern out, redraw it on another piece of paper, making a mock-up. Okay, so I think the way that I'm going to be able to get that higher neck, if I take the back piece and I bring it up to like where my regular shirt is. So I'm gonna have to bring this up and then take this line right here and kind of connect the dots, maybe. Alright, so I don't know if you could tell, but my chalk line is up here. So I'm gonna take that much off of this bodice. So I made my line, my princess seam line right here. don't know if this is gonna work or not, but. Alright, so there's that knee seam line because it looks like from the inspiration picture it goes over the bust line. And I kind of looked at this to translate to this, and I think this is about what the shape is of this front piece. Though I think there's more of like a V, like wherever the collar is, like that. So I'm gonna try to draw this onto this. I think this one actually worked. So I cut out just a little bit from my collarbone, and then from this point down to my original V, I just made like a steeper V. I think the only thing that I want to fix right here is there's a little bit bubbling once I put it around my curves. I'm just gonna cut out a little half crescent moon right there. I am going to push this shoulder seam back a little bit because I just like my shoulder seam back. Okay, so here are all my adjusted pieces. Now that I have a new pattern, it's time to test it with a mock-up. Since I had plenty of the lining material, I decided to go ahead and test it with that and use the final fit for the lining of my dress. So probably an experienced pattern maker would know that this was going to happen. So of course, when I brought back the shoulders, it created like this flap right here. So I'm going to try it on. I might, instead of ironing these back seams flat, I might iron them towards the back. I pinned back the seam allowance, and then I pinned over like how much I think I would need to button it. My V is not really a V. So I placed pin right here where I want to take that V in, so it'll be more pronounced. It'll be more like that. So I'm going to trim that off, and then I have to pinch. It's puckering right here. I'm going to pinch as much as I can right here because I think that's where some of the problem is. Lucy, you never get to see you. Come here. You want out? Out of my room? Bye-bye. It is day 2. I messed around with this last night. I still feel like I need to take in the underbust area. Hopefully after I pinch all of this down and re-sew it, it won't be like that. I feel like I could take more. Like I could sit here and nitpick like the fit of this, but since I'm going for speed and not fit like a glove perfection, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on and cut out my fashion fabric. One good thing that comes out of all of the work and time you put into making a good mock-up is when you finally get to cut out your fashion fabric, things go together quite nicely, and you don't have to learn how to put your pattern pieces together because you already did. Alright, so I am day 3. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to put the sleeves together and put the gathers in on the sleeve. Looking at the inspiration picture, it has like the little gathers in the arm area. I'm gonna go ahead and put my long running stitch in, gather that up, and then stitch the sleeves in.
Even in her distracted state, Hannah noted how everything about Matt's Savard had shifted. He was, at this moment, Jean Benoit, a Creole of mixed.
The cuffs aren't right. How did I mess that up? I don't know how I messed it up, but I messed it up. Hopefully I have enough bias tape. I'm just gonna have to bias tape it. I don't know. So far I think I like it. The sleeves are really poofy. So I guess I'm going to bag line it. I'm gonna leave the waist open so I can do the skirt. Before I go any further, I need to make sure I have some pockets. The luxury of making your own clothing is that you can customize the size of your pockets to actually hold your stuff. And I'm a hot mess express. Okay, hello, I am back, and I have about 7 hours to complete this dress before my event tonight, and I have my work cut out for me. I hand stitched the lining to the inside. It all looked good. And I also ripped out the cuffs because I did not like how those were turning out. My plan is now to do I think they call it a continuous lap band in the openings of the wrist. And then I'm just gonna do a bias tape. I cut out, let's see, a 1.5 bias strip for the continuous lap, and I cut out a 2.5 strip bias tape for the cuffs, and then I'm just going to sew a button closure. So that's going to be good. I cut out my pockets of my linen. I already went ahead and serged everything, so then I don't have to do a whole lot of hand finishing. I cut out my panels for my skirt. I did the width of the fabric, which I think was like 54 inches by 29 inches. So the 29 inches is going to be the length. 54 times 2 is going to be my skirt. And then I have to cut out like a middle portion of that skirt to do a continuous lap, so I can make sure that skirt comes over my hips and my shoulders when I put it on. I gotta sew up the skirt, hem the skirt. I just have a lot of stuff going on. I don't know how much filming I'll be able to do today because I really want to wear this dress tonight, and so. Alright, so I'm going to pause on the skirt because I need to put these cuffs in. I think it'll be easier to put the cuffs in. I'm not going to do a continuous lap. And now I'm going to sew in my bias tape and then put the skirt on and see where it fits from there.
Say to another, by tonight they'll have finished with the transport.
Good.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's chalk. So when I put the buttons in, I know where to put it. I know towards the end I was pretty stressed out about getting this dress made in time for my event, but now that I have had time to breathe and wear this dress a couple of times, I am in love with it. Let me know in the comments below, do you think I did the inspiration justice? What type of dress should I make to add to my cottagecore dream wardrobe? Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, bye!